Hello and welcome back to Fix It in Post. I am Isaac.
I am and always will be Den.
And this has been Fix It in Post.
Oh, man.
This is it.
Oh, when you say it like that, it hurts.
The name of the episode isn't a lie. This is the final episode. That's it.
Yeah, no more. You wanted us to leave and we will leave. We've finally been cancelled.
Yeah, it's just not feasible carrying on the podcast, and it's a shame. We made a lot of mistakes when we first started and it screwed us over in the long run. So we're calling it a day. It's just too much.
Yeah. Trying to fix it in post is a long process.
It is.
No, I'm grateful. We've had some laughs. We've had a lot of interesting guests.
Yeah, no, we've met some really cool people through this show, and I will always remember that, man.
Absolutely. Who is your favourite guest?
Oh, my favourite guest? Shit, I don't know. That's a difficult one.
It is difficult. It's tough. I liked having Dean on, who had a lot of knowledge.
I liked having Dean on. He was interesting. He had a lot of knowledge, but he had a lot to say. And that edit took me about 10 fucking hours.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that in a sec.
Sure.
Maybe Saul.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
I mean, she's the reason we ended up with Dean, because she recommended.
Yes. Oh my God.
McDonald's Girl for the Listening Diary.
Yeah.
Which was by the Blenders. Yeah, and then I ended up down the rabbit hole. Just stumbled upon Dean, and what a gem.
What a guy.
What a gem. Yeah. that I spent like 10-hour shifts at work listening to just Dean preparing for that episode.
So what were you going to ask about the edit for that episode?
Not just that episode, but
okay.
In general. This is a very big question. So what does it take to make a podcast?
What does it take to make a podcast? Okay, so we record generally for just over an hour.
Yeah. So this is trade secrets now.
Yeah, we're telling you exactly all the fucking shit that we do. And fucking hell, hopefully you'll realise why we're calling this a day now, because we don't make any money from this and it just takes too much time.
Well, we both have full-time jobs as well. I think that's part of the problem. To be really successful at this, you almost have to treat it like a full-time job.
100% you do.
Or be able to afford to get other people to do the edit and the difficult bits, the long bits for you. And our full-time jobs aren't that good.
Yeah. So we record for normally just over an hour, roughly around an hour. And I record in Logic, you record in Audacity, but then we also use some online service. Yeah. The audacity of this cunt.
You're not supposed to use Audacity anymore, though.
You're not?
It's bundled with some kind of like Trojans malware or something. The new company that took it over like a year ago. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I'm avoiding doing the update. Apparently it steals your data or something. I don't know. Look it up. There's a whole Reddit thing on it. Anyway, carry on.
So we record locally, but we also record online. And basically we use the online recordings as a backup and just to queue up our local recordings, because the local recordings are higher quality. So I drag all of it into one project and then I line everything up. I then remove the online recorded files, and that's when the first edit begins. So I'll do 2 run-throughs. I will listen through it twice.
Oh, you listened to the whole thing through twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing I do is run strip silence, and essentially that gets rid of anything below minus 40 decibels. That will just remove it from the sound file. So it cuts up the one long waveform file.
So it's kind of like a noise gate.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And it cuts it up into, a few thousand individual files.
Fuck.
Yeah. So what I'll do at that point is I'll go through and find a bit where one of us talks a lot, and I'll use that as my basis to do the sort of actual, fixing the audio and leveling everything. So I'll EQ it and I'll compress it and all of that shit, get it all to the same level and sounding nice. So I do that for both of us.
Yeah.
And that's when the actual first run through begins. I will turn up the speed of the playback to 80% faster. So I listen to it 80% faster.
Yeah.
And I go through, and that run through, I take out some of the ums and the stutters, and I shorten some of the silent gaps.
You make me sound like less of a dumbass. Thank you.
Exactly, yeah. I take out a fuckload of jokes that don't land, or things that we say that we're like, actually, no, cut that.
90% of what I say then.
Yeah. Yeah. So I go through and I do that for the entire thing. Once I've done that, the second run through begins, and that is when I add the intro and the outro music.
Oh, yes.
I put the playback back to standard speed, so 0% faster, and then I listen to the entire thing at standard speed, and I tidy it up. So I add a fuck ton of crossfades, I shorten all the silent gaps, I take out more stutters and ums and ahs, And I do that for the entire fucking podcast. And then once that's done, I've still got to do the thumbnail. I've still got to do the description. I've still got to think of the title. I've still got to do the distribution. Still got to make the fucking audiograms and all of the shit that goes with it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds it.
On a good day, that's 4 or 5 hours of work. But episodes like the Dean one, that was such a difficult edit because Dean's an old man. You know, we love him to bits. Dean is amazing. This isn't a detriment to him, but he stutters a lot and he goes, a lot. And that's just because he's getting on a bit. I had to edit out so much of that. And that edit took me 10 fucking hours.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Yeah, that's a long time. And that's before any of the other like podcasty type stuff. Yeah, all the marketing, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's not including all the research and shit that goes into it as well.
What's the uploading process like nowadays to get onto somewhere like Spotify? I mean, each episode, when you're finished, what do you do with it?
Sure. So I've got it set up. This is one of the mistakes we made, actually, when we first started Fix It in Post. And this is something that if I was to ever do another podcast again, I would do differently. You know, you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
I chose SoundCloud as our podcast hosting platform.
Why was that a mistake? I thought that was good because we got straight onto Spotify and stuff. We got onto like every streaming platform in one go. It was just like, wow, big time straight away.
No, it wasn't in one go. I spent so many hours sat at my computer taking the RSS feed from SoundCloud and submitting it to all of these different streaming services, all of the places that this podcast is available.
Oh, it wasn't like an automated thing. I thought it was just like you do sort out the RSS feed and then it uploads everywhere.
No, I had to submit the RSS feed to absolutely fucking everywhere.
So yeah, you just set up an RSS feed on SoundCloud and then you have to submit it individually to each platform.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
That's one of the mistakes that we made when we first started this podcast.
Why is that a mistake?
Because there are services like Anchor. For some reason, I thought you had to pay for Anchor, or I thought it was shit. But Anchor is an amazing podcasting platform where it just sends the RSS feed out to pretty much everywhere, and you don't have to manually submit any of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought there was a service like that, but yeah, I didn't realize we hadn't used that by going the SoundCloud route. You'd think SoundCloud's like so big, it would have its own sort of system or plugins or whatever.
It does for music. You've got SoundCloud Repost, but we're not music, so it won't work for us. The other thing with using SoundCloud is that you only get so much free hosting space. So, you know, because we started hosting there, I couldn't really move it away. And I pay to have our podcast hosted on SoundCloud.
Oh, well, okay.
It's pretty expensive.
Don't you get paid money back for all the streams on Spotify?
Fuck no.
Yeah, we all know that. I saw another like infographic earlier which had the streaming prices, and you need to be well into the thousands to even make minimum wage for an hour.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, that's with music as well. With the RSS feed, you don't get paid shit. It's different. It's not the same as just getting a stream on a streaming platform. Because it's on the RSS feed, there is no money there at all. So we've not made a single penny.
I thought they pay the same or more because people are listening for longer.
No, mate.
But then, yeah, they don't tend to put adverts. Do they put adverts in the middle of podcasts? I've had Spotify Premium for so long, I don't even know. They're
called mid-roll ads, but they were ads like that. They're going to be added in like the production of the podcast rather than added by service providers. The majority of the time, anyway.
Yeah, but then you'd get paid something for having people's attention, listening to you, and having to hear that advert.
Yeah, but most of them don't really have adverts like that.
No, that's fair. I suppose Spotify will just take their cut and they'll go, well, it's just an RSS feed. It's not like a proper deal or through a distro or something.
Yeah. So, you know, the fact that I pay to have this hosted, you know, I'm going to stop paying for this. There's no point in me paying for this anymore if we're stopping the show. So all of the episodes will still be available for a little while, but chances are they will eventually no longer be available on most platforms.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a real shame. So if you want the episodes, if you want to keep listening to them, download them now.
I mean, can't you, if it's a certain amount of free space on SoundCloud, that's the problem. Can't we leave however many is left at the end for the free space? But yeah, it would just be a couple episodes or whatever.
Exactly. It'd be like 2-3 episodes.
True.
So we can leave them up.
Yeah, maybe leave the final ones. People knows what happened to us.
Yeah. If I get a choice on what to leave, we'll see.
Oh, really? What? SoundCloud wouldn't give you the chance to just decide what you want to keep.
I don't know yet.
I think it should do. Anyway, yeah, we'll find that out.
We will, yeah.
Well, it's interesting. It's an interesting process. But yeah, it takes a lot longer than people think.
With the podcast and my full-time job and everything that both of those things involve, I am regularly working sort of 50 odd hours a week.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that since we started this podcast. Sometimes more, actually, because I've been working, 50, 60 hours at a regular day. I mean, I'm lucky enough now that I've got set hours. But before I didn't. And I was working, 50, 60 hours a week at my normal job. And then on top of that, doing this.
Well, and yeah, we're not even counting like the time we spent sort of preparing, deciding what we were going to do, directions we were going to go, guess what to actually say on the podcast. And that's one thing I wish I had more of. I wish I had more time to prepare for the episodes.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way and they come around so quick and it's just haven't prepared at all or not as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah, I get that.
And then, there's been a few times it's just been like a random quick, let's, we have no time. We've got to quickly check what's the latest music news. What's something to talk about?
Yeah, I've literally got a website fucking bookmarked that's just got like the latest music news, just so that if that happens, we have a website that we can look at.
But that's not even something that me and you are really like passionate about talking about. Are we really that passionate about talking about like celebrities in the industry and what they're up to?
Not in the fucking slightest.
There's some stories that are funny and interesting.
There's a few, yeah, but I'll read you some of the top stories, like just looking straight at this, right? Okay, that was pretty cool. Iggy Pop awarded Polar Music Prize 2022. Britney Spears hits back at online trolls with a workout.
Okay.
Avril Lavigne postpones Europe tour dates due to COVID.
Oh, yes, I know all about that. Can I just say how ridiculous I was supposed to be going to see Avril Lavigne in like 2019, and then it was pushed to 2020, then 2021, and then... Yeah, it's supposed to be next month. So we're like, oh, we're finally going to see Avril Lavigne next month.
Nope.
It's like after all these years. Then she's moved. I saw it was moved to May. So I was like, oh, okay. All right, it's only a couple extra months. And then saw 2023. Like, what?
Yeah. But like looking at this website, normally it's not actually this juicy. Normally it's things like this one here, which is Camila Cabello previous news song.
Yeah, see, like the Britney story has been really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been happy to follow that the whole way. But then... yeah, someone's released a new single. Someone's broken up with their boyfriend. Like, that's just standard celeb gossip.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show started to go that way for a little while. We started to go a bit like celebrity. I just think it was an easy subject while we were busy.
Honestly, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
I mean, the whole name, fix it and post and everything.
It implies production.
Yeah, production stuff. But then there's only so many subjects and so much you can say. I like that when we had Ross, oh, fuck's sake.
You did that to his face and he got so pissed off at you.
His name's Rob as well.
Yeah, oh my God.
It's because Rox is close to Ross in my mind. No, but when we had Rox Remora on, that was a good chat about production related things. Yeah, very, very technical episode.
And that was a fun one because that's half the reason we started this fucking podcast in the first place.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I'm happy to talk about the behind the scenes and... yeah, and the actual the editing of anything, any sort of audio from a podcast to like movie soundtrack. Yeah,
absolutely. That's what this podcast was originally sort of. I mean, okay, when we started it, we didn't say, "Oh, we're only going to do production." We said we're going to have a variety of stuff, but there was supposed to be a big focus on production, and we only ended up doing like a few episodes that were actually majoritively production based.
Yeah, I mean, you have the guests on; they talk about what they want to talk about as well. It sort of goes that direction.
Yeah, of course, but that's different.
I mean, we wanted to get more tour stories in. Tour stories are always good.
We got loads of tour stories in.
Speaking of which, you know what came up in my memories today?
What?
A Facebook memory. So not a year ago. Hold on. I'll tell you how many years ago.
Is this the photo of me duct taped?
No.
Is it not?
Unfortunately, not that one.
That comes up in my memories every so often.
How many years ago was 2016?
What year is it now? 22, so 6.
So 6 years ago today, you were hanging out with a goblin.
Was I?
Yes.
Was that Necrogoblicon?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love those guys. They are the nicest fucking guys, I swear to God.
I'm so jealous I didn't hang around because I saw you the day before. Because the day before you hosted a fucking festival at the same venue.
I did.
Was that the same venue?
Yeah, it was the same venue. And then the night after that, we played with Necrogoblicon and all of us were on massive come-downs because we partied too hard.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, because the day before you were with us, me and Robbie came up for Insurgency, the festival that Isaac was running. And that got very messy.
That got very fucking messy.
And then like the very next night you had a show yourself. Did you play Insurgency that year?
We had an acoustic set, so I wasn't on stage, but a few of my bandmates were.
What? You could have been up there with a cajon. Slap that cajon in front of everyone.
I could have been, but I was doing festival running things, really.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's difficult enough. And then when you know you've got a show the next day. What happened? Did that come up afterwards? Did you see you have Insurgency booked and then the Necrogoblicon thing just like came up?
So I used to listen to Necrogoblicon when I was a kid. So when we saw they were playing that venue, I was good friends with the guys that run it. So I was like, hey, you know, you want to put us onto that bill? You
talked your way onto the bill again.
Yeah. Hey man, it's about who you know.
Yeah. You upset the singer of my old band by doing that.
Oh, that wasn't me that time. You can't blame me for that one.
Oh right, I was told it was.
That was our singer.
Oh right, okay. But yeah, how did you see them without their makeup on? Or is it makeup? Or are they really goblins?
No, yeah, we hung out for a bit. We played so badly that there was, obviously, I mean, it was a big show, so there were reviewers there. And we were called less original than our singer's trousers just because we were so fucking dead from the night before. Like our guitarist played the show in a dressing gown and sunglasses because he can be fucked to get ready. It was an absolute clusterfuck. I nearly passed out.
Wait, was that Luke?
Yeah.
Luke, who, previously did this podcast for a bit.
Yeah. I had a bucket next to me on stage as well because I was so scared of vomiting. And this guy's fucking gorgeous drum kit that they had imported from the US for this tour.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I did not want to ruin that kit. But after our set, we just kind of sat in the bar and the singer of Necrogoblicon, Scorpion, I think his name is, he came and sat with us. And we were like, dude, we're so fucking sorry. And we sort of explained the situation of the night before. And he was like, hey, man, shit happens. Don't worry about it. It was really cool. He just sort of sat with us for a bit and chatted.
That's nice. Where are they from?
Somewhere in America.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were like, Scandinavian or something.
No.
But it's funny. Someone told Joe Rogan about them, and he was like, "What the fuck? What? There's goblins and they sing songs. What? Like this dude is actually a goblin." And then he went on some like conspiracy thing, like, "Wow, maybe they are actually goblins. They're just posing as a band because everyone thinks it's normal if they're in a band."
Yeah, well, I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I mean, you hinted that you may have seen them without makeup.
I never confirmed it.
You may have ruined the Necrogoblicon surprise.
I may have done. I'm sorry.
Myth busted.
But honestly, they are some of the nicest fucking people. Like, we've played with big bands before, but, they were so humble and so just down to earth.
Yeah, it's nice when you support like bigger bands. You never know what you're going to get because we've done it, and sometimes they've been like uber douches, demanded their own dressing room, William Control, and won't talk to anyone.
Yeah, I've played with Will as well. Yeah,
and sometimes they want to chat to like every support band, and they want to know your story, and they want to talk to you like even before you go on, after you go on, and you feel like you're just hanging out with them as a normal person.
Yeah, no, I like when that happens. I played a show with Doyle, the guitarist from the Misfits.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, and he just spent the soundcheck working out. Like they got out fucking massive weights and bench presses and stuff from the tour van, just put it in the venue and he started working out.
What the okay, that is weird.
It was strange, yeah.
He needs to like get his pump on before the roids run out.
Yeah, we barely got a chance to speak to him as well. And he was very sort of short with us and clearly didn't really care. So
well, sometimes it's not their fault because you can understand, like when you've done a long tour, it comes to a point you can't be fucked socializing, and it's like, it's another new band, it's another venue. I haven't got the energy, but then sometimes just from the way they do it, it's douchey. We
had some friends of ours were supporting Doyle on that Untitled. Do you remember the Dead 13?
Yeah. We did a few shows with them.
Yeah, they were really nice guys. So they were supporting Doyle on that entire tour. So we sort of hung out with them for a bit. And Doyle just really couldn't give any less of a fuck.
Fair enough. We did a few shows with them. Dead 13 were good. Are they still going?
I'm not actually too sure. Like I see Kurt, the singer, posting pictures of their stuff every now and then, but I don't know if it's sort of, I'll remember these times, or if he's like, we're still doing stuff, don't worry.
There was a mysterious post on the 1st of August last year that just said the ghosts are waiting.
Okay, so they're still doing stuff. They're just waiting for COVID to be over then.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, because I was going to say that looks like they're building to like release something, and then There's no other post after that. I managed to tick something off the bucket list with them and got my picture in Kerrang magazine.
Oh, yeah. No, I had my band in Kerrang at the same time as them, yeah.
Yeah, I think that might have been in the same issue, actually, about Newgrave. Remember Newgrave?
You were in that issue as well?
Yeah, I was in like the big double page photo.
No way!
Because we supported them at Camden, what used to be the Barfly, but now it's like Camden Assembly.
Yeah. Shit, no way. You're in the same episode, same issue of Kerrang. That's mental. I don't think we knew each other back then. We might have known of each other as bands. I don't think we actually knew each other.
Yeah, I would have known of you. I think we'd played a show together, but like one.
We might have done, yeah.
Yeah, because that issue was like August 2015.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We did that tour together in end of November, beginning of December 2015, I think.
God, it was 2015, wasn't it?
So yeah, it was later that year, and then that's when we actually got to know each other. Like otherwise, yeah, before that it was just like playing the same show, say hello, have a few drinks, but that's about it.
Just sort of being polite and casually chatting, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show. That show got 5Ks in Kerrang.
Damn, nice. That's impressive.
I know. Yeah. Shame about Newgrave. It didn't quite live up to the hype, but
yeah, it was.
It wasn't a bad scene though. It was fun.
Yeah, the people were. Well, I mean, there was a few nonces, but most of the people were nice.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's bad. It's bad how that is just like every alternative scene.
God, the amount of dodgy fucking promoters that were involved in Newgrave. There was a festival. I don't remember what it was called. It's like Blackout or something. No, I don't know. I don't remember what it was called. But there was a festival that was put on with loads of Newgrave bands, and my band was on the bill.
Yeah,
it would look really cool. And then we heard sort of dodgy things here and there from friends that the promoter was not very good and was a bit shit and was an absolute cunt. And then we saw some friends of ours bands were dropping out, and this is all sort of before the poster was released.
Yeah.
So we sent them a message saying, look, man, I'm sorry, but we've got to drop out of this. We're not going to do this festival. Because we could just see the fucking train wreck waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So we pulled out, and then the poster came out, and we saw our name on the bill, and we were like, dude, what the fuck?
They put the poster out anyway.
Yeah, with our name and loads of others as well. And all of the bands like us and the other bands that were on there that are pulled out, everyone just fucking slated this guy, saying, look, we're not playing this festival. Here's the proof that we told this guy.
Why were they slating him? What was wrong with him? What, he was doing creepy shit? Or?
Yeah, it was something creepy or violent. I don't remember exactly what it was, and I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember him being a piece of work.
I mean, at least people noticed. A lot of the time, it doesn't have, people don't say about it till years later, and then it's annoying. Then you found out you've worked with someone who's like that, and it's kind of annoying. You didn't see anything, or a lot of the time you don't. There's so much going on, you don't have time to see.
You miss so much, yeah.
Because most of I know the scene gets a bad rep because of these sort of people. But I think in general, like if any one of us had seen something like that going on,
we would have twatted them.
Exactly, yeah. There would have been a big thing right there and then about it.
Yeah, like I swear we've seen stuff like that happen and we've gotten involved and stopped it.
Yeah.
It's not okay and none of us will fucking accept it.
Some people manage to go unnoticed for ages though, and it's really frustrating.
It is.
But yeah, it's not acceptable if you see anything like that at a show, especially local shows. It seems to be more rife at local shows, I suppose, because it's like more of a community. Those sort of people can like worm their way in.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, yeah. If you see it, call it out.
Yeah, if you see anything, talk about it, make a big deal about it.
Fucking show this person up, expose them, make a fucking scene.
Expose them before they expose themselves.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah, it's not a laughing matter, but yeah.
This is a dark fucking topic for our final episode, isn't it?
I know. I don't know why it came. Yeah.
Good God.
Like, you have to talk about it, though, because
no one else will.
No. Everyone else just ignores it, and it happens in all these scenes. And I think it's because these emerging scenes, like Newgrave or whatever else came before, they attract like younger crowds who are like growing up and want to be like into whatever's in, and they want to be part of like this community because you know they can't go clubbing and stuff like that, so they'd rather go to like gigs and things. And then you've got people that prey on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's why it always happens in these smaller communities, but it's still it's fucked up. And if you see anything, and if there's any way to sort of like nip it in the bud as early as possible, then yeah, Usually these people will be known to have done it with like the previous scene and the scene before.
Yeah, as soon as you sort of start digging a little bit, the entire fucking web unravels.
Yeah. And then they'll just be known to jump on all these little things. Every time there's like a local scene starts to explode, they're always the first ones there. And it's, yeah. Anyway, let's try and move back. We're talking about the fun things.
Let's do it. I've got an idea, Daniel.
Okay.
I want to give our listeners an idea of just how much work goes into the edit and just how edited the show actually is and how much of a difference that time makes.
Right. Okay.
So for the next few minutes, I'm not going to edit anything for the next few minutes.
Oh, shit. Can I still say shit?
Yeah.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
Feces.
So all of this is going to be unedited and you'll see just exactly how much fucking work goes into it.
Well, now I'm going to be nervous and not know what to say.
Yeah.
Like several minutes of silence. This is just John Cage all over again.
Oh my God. Shit, I sent you this. Do you remember, what was it, 4 minutes 34 of clip?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Did you release it?
It's due to release on the 11th. It's the 8th today, so it's due to release in 3 days. Should I actually release that, or should I stop that?
You should release it. Release it.
All right, so by the time this episode airs, 4 minutes and 33 seconds of clip will have been released. And I will link it in the description. Go check it out. It's on all major platforms. It is 4 minutes and 34 seconds of fucking noise. It is brutal, but it is rivaling John Cage, and I love it.
Amazing. Yeah. Wonder how many people are going to listen all the way through. 3,
probably.
Yeah. I saw a bit of the Brit Awards
back
before
to the
I came
editing.
up here. Are you back to editing already?
I don't know. What do you reckon?
Sure.
Should I leave it for a
I
little
can't
longer?
remember how long
I'll
you
leave it
said.
for a
Did
little
you say a certain amount of time?
I said a few minutes, I think.
It's probably going to be like, everyone's going to hear all my mouse clicks now.
Yeah. Actually, that might be lower than 40 dB, so that might get cut from the strip silence.
Oh, strip silence. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon opened the Brit Awards with Ed Sheeran. I know we didn't want to talk about celebrity, but I just saw...
What the fuck? That's a weird fucking mix.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? And then
yeah,
Adele won with her song, Best Song or something, which was to be expected.
Obviously.
And then Dua Lipa came out after that. And like she even had someone like holding her hand, helping her down these stairs. And she's like in the middle of singing the verse and last step just totally stacks.
Oh no.
And like yeah, her voice goes a bit weird. And then she recovers really quickly. Like she's just like kneeling like on her knees on the floor and then just like carries on and slowly gets up while still singing. Like at least that proved that she wasn't mining. Mining,
yes.
Crypto miner, Dua Lipa.
God damn it, Dua Lipa.
Get all those Dogecoins.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It proved she wasn't miming. God, I said, yeah, and I had to fuck up while you weren't editing, of course.
Of course. Right, now we're back to the edited. From here, I'm going to carry on editing.
Oh, yay. Yeah, but yes, improve that because her voice could go a little bit weird. But even with some guy holding her hand, he should get fired now. Don't pay him for the event. You had one job.
He probably did get fired, to be fair.
Yeah, whatever they were paying him, no, don't do it because he had one job not to let her fall over. And
he didn't fucking do it.
She still falls over in front of this massive arena and going out live to like millions.
I might have to find the clip of that. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
We're not doing a listening diary.
No?
We're not doing it.
Why?
Because I fucked up with the last episode.
So what happened? Let's talk about what happened to the last episode.
Okay. So I got all the way through the first edit, the first run through at 80% faster speed, right? I did all of that, saving along the way because I've learnt my lesson from previous episodes that we've had to re-record.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who remembers it all went wrong? Or what was it called? It all went wrong?
It's all gone wrong.
It's all gone wrong.
It's happened more than once, I think, in the early days. That's another part of this podcast that's just fucking ridiculous, is doing things like that. Well, okay, that's more mistakes that we made in the early days. There's just stuff like that.
That's more user error.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I mean, it's computer error as well. But
it is. Yeah, and it taught us lessons in the long run, which have streamlined the process. And so I did the first edit. I had done more than half of the second edit, so I had about a third of the final edit to do, as well as all the description and all of that stuff, the upload. And I saved it. And I left to go do some other stuff because that was enough work for one day.
Yep.
I came back to it. I opened up my Logic and it had crashed. So I restarted it thinking, thank God I saved.
Yeah.
I opened the file and it said, do you want to open the most recently saved version or the most recently auto-saved version? So I thought, okay, well, probably the auto-save version is going to be the best one, right?
You think that might be the most recent.
Exactly. So that's what I did. And it was probably less than halfway through the first edit. Now, you can revert to a previous save, but the problem is the autosave was before the actual save. So technically, as far as Logic was concerned, the actual save never existed. So I couldn't revert back to it.
No, yeah, that is stupid. Why can't you, if you've saved it, I don't understand how Macs work. I've always been a Windows, but yeah, why can't you?
It reverted it to this the state that was the autosave.
If you have a file that is saved and it's saved more, it doesn't matter when it's saved. You should be able to open that.
Yeah, you should. I don't know. It just pissed me off.
But the way Mac or Logic works, it gets rid of that.
I think so. I think that's what's happened. Like, I definitely saved it. 100%. I saved it. I remember doing it.
He's just saying that.
No. I fucking did. I remember doing it. I lost about 3 hours of fucking work.
That was it. That's why we're cancelling today. That was the last straw.
Yeah. Honestly, that was too much. That's why there was no episode when there should have been one before. That's why we skipped an episode. Was just I fucking had it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why we're not talking about the listening diary, because we've done it all already. We just didn't fucking release it.
I mean, if you wanna just chuck that section in there.
I don't, but thanks anyway.
No, okay. We had the audio files somewhere. The lost episode.
I've still got all of the audio files. Yeah, I've
sell the lost episode as an NFT.
If anyone wants to buy the lost episode as an NFT, unedited, fucking message us and you will get it. We'll send it to you. 50p. Go on, that's the asking 50p. Price. 50p.
Yeah, but you get 10% of that 50p for every future sale.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. Like, yeah, NFTs are the royalty future.
Well, sort of.
If kind of. I don't know. That's a big subject.
It is, yeah. And it's one that we could have covered in another episode.
Yeah.
But we're not doing any more episodes, so fuck you.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it now.
No, hell no.
So, yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
What are you going to do now?
I don't even know. I'm going to have so much more free time.
Yeah, so I assume Damage Studios is still going.
Yeah, Damage Studios isn't stopping. We've actually got some more stuff in the works that I think might be announced at the same time as this, so I'll say it anyway. We're going to be giving mastering lessons in Logic Pro with, we can use the stock plugins or we can use non-stock plugins. We've got a fuckload of them as well, so if you've got those and you want to use them, that's great.
Plugins just save time, really. You can do everything.
Plugins are amazing.
But yeah, they just save a lot of time.
So these lessons are going to be in Logic Pro to start with. Maybe, depending on the reception of these ones, we might expand to other doors in the future. They're going to be 1 hour lessons. There's going to be 2 different price points. They're not set yet, but one will be the song of your choice and the other one will be one that we provide. If you're providing the song, it will be a little bit more expensive, but that's just because you're getting your song mastered at the same time as being taught the lesson.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you might be drumming again.
And I might be drumming again. Yeah. I am in talks with some people about making some music.
That's exciting.
It is. I miss making music so much. I want to get on stage and I want to have a good fucking time.
And that's fun. Yeah. And if you get to do shows again, you get to have decent like nights out and all the fun that goes with it. Once you've done your bit, yeah, you get to meet people.
Like the people that you meet through music, like you and I met through music and we've known each other for the better part of a decade now.
Yeah. Yeah. What did we say? Well, six years, 2015, 7 years.
7 years.
That's crazy.
Music is important.
It is. And it's fun. And yeah, especially as you're in a new city. It's a great way in a new city to
meet people.
And have more of a social life again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure if I would ever be in a band again, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
You're just kind of beyond that point now.
Yeah. I feel like I enjoy it. It sounds stupid, but I don't want to go through doing the small tours and the small shows again.
Yeah, when playing to 5 people, that's pretty demoralizing.
Yeah. I don't want to start back at the beginning and having to do that and spending loads of money and loads of your time and sleeping in the backs of cars and vans to play to like 5 people.
That's the bit that I'm not so excited for.
Yeah.
But it's worth it for me. I'm still young. I can do it. You're old.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and being tall as well.
Yeah, no car sleeping.
Yeah, being 6'5", I'm done. Just trying to like squish into like you just have the backseat of a car and trying to make yourself sleep bolt upright with your head against the roof of the car is just no. I can't do that anymore.
That's understandable.
I've had some great adventures, and not only that, I think. I think for bands to be like really successful, you kind of need one person to lead the direction. Otherwise, it gets really messy. Unless you're doing it with a group of people who are really like everyone is a really decent person, and you can fully discuss things with.
Yeah,
because otherwise it gets awkward really quickly, and you end up doing just little bits of each person's idea here and there, and it just ends up messy and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's what killed my old band.
Whereas it's better if one person has the lead, but they need to be good as well. Because I've been in bands where one person has the lead, but the lead, the direction they're going is just the wrong way. So, yeah, you need one person who has their like head screwed on, and them to sort of take ownership of the band.
Yeah,
or you need like a band where it's a group of people who've been like really good friends for ages, or everyone just happens to be a really decent person.
it's a difficult balance to find, no matter which way you go.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what puts me off doing bands now. There's always a lot of band drama. And it can be fun, and it can be infuriating.
The good times are good and the bad times are bad.
Yeah, I still want to do a bit of streaming. I still like making music because it's just fun. It's something to do. It's something you're always learning. I don't think anyone can say they know everything.
No, and whoever says that knows nothing.
So, like, yeah, take someone for Dean, for instance, who'd been like a professor at music college and that's known about synthesizers like deeply ever since they've been created, and still he was free to admit he didn't know about every plugin, every DAW.
Yeah,
doesn't even use the most like up-to-date DAWs, just ones that work and do what you want to do. Yeah, there's no one who knows everything. You might know all the music theory, even all the music theory. There's like new bits of the theory being thought up all the time. You would never know every like little detail.
Yeah,
I'd like to stream. I kind of want to stream and see if it's possible to completely write a song in 1 hour, every instrument on the stream.
that would be interesting. I tell you what, if you do that, I'll try and mix it in an hour on a stream.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
And we can do a fucking collab, much like the intro and outro music of Fix It in Post.
Yeah.
Shit, we did that.
We collab, bro. Yeah.
We collab, bro.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because a lot of the problem people get stuck on with music, and I do myself, is that you second guess yourself and you're like, well, I could make this bit better, or what if this bit, different chords under this part would sound better, or like just change the riff slightly here. Instead of just going with, like, if you don't have much time, you're like, okay, I made the riff, all right, I've got to use it like that and just go with it now, and then just move on to the next bit and the next bit. And you don't have time to second guess yourself. And then it'd be interesting to see what kind of shit comes out at the end.
No, I get that, yeah.
That's what I want to do. And then that suits my schedule, doing just 1 hour as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much do that whenever. Like, you're not committed to a fucking 6-hour block. You can just pick it up when you feel like it. It's only an hour.
Exactly. I'm not stuck to like 5-6 hours editing it afterwards either. It would just be like, this is the pile of shit that came out after 1 hour. There you go. Yeah, I just want to get my setup sorted, get my whole like workstation with the MIDI keyboard and the push and the guitar and everything ready so that everything's here and I can just like quickly grab an instrument and do that part and then do the next part.
Yeah, have it all within like an arm's reach.
Yeah. And I kind of want to do like a slight template, at least a template of instruments in Ableton, so that bit you're not messing around for ages. Like, oh wait, I just need to find this plugin, and I need to add a track. And
I think that's allowed.
Yeah, but I want to like start a timer. I don't want to like have to keep pausing the timer. Okay, I'm going to just move the tracks around. I want to maximize the hour. But yeah, that'd be cool if you can. You might want to do the same. Do you have like a mixing mastering template of plugins?
But every track is different, so it's quite difficult. I mean, I know some people do that, and you can set up your bus tracks and stuff. But I seem to find that I always end up with a different template with every, or a different bass template every time I do a new track. So a lot of people do make templates for mixing and mastering, but for me, I just find it doesn't really work for the way that I work. It doesn't work for my workflow. I'd rather just set it up fresh each time.
I suppose they come in differently. The amount of stems and the length and the type, and you never know what type of issues you're going to face.
Yeah, and you can set up like bus tracks and stuff, but again, every track is going to be different. So you can have sort of a generic reverb on a bus track or a generic glue compressor, but every track is fucking different. So you might not even end up using that reverb or that compressor on that track. And so it's just completely pointless to have it.
Kind of, yeah. So it's just ease of use if it's there already.
Yeah, but, every sound is different. You don't want the same thing for each sound.
Yeah, it's better. For the end product.
Yeah.
It's probably better you're not going in with like, I'm just going to do it. I'm sure some people do that when it comes to mixing and mastering because...
It's a very common thing, yeah.
Yeah, when you do it a lot, you're just like, oh, yeah, forget it. Just whack these standard settings on. Does that sound good enough? Yeah, that sounds good enough. Then put it
Yeah. All right, well, I think that is a wrap on Fix It in Post.
Oh, man.
The end of an era.
It's all over.
It's over. As suddenly as it began, because there was no marketing before we aired.
And there's no marketing after.
Yep.
I mean, that's another thing as well, why it requires a full-time job is to market these things properly on social media. Unless you can afford to pay a lot of money for other people to do it for you or pay for these services, the sponsoring, blah, blah, blah. It's like a full-time job to keep pushing it. You need to push on every social media platform and like link them all together and highlights, videos, clips. There just isn't enough time in the day anymore. I don't know where it went.
There's not enough time in the fucking year, mate, let alone the day.
No.
It just vanishes.
Every year, I swear, a second or a minute gets less and less. When I was a child, a minute lasted forever. Now a minute is like a second.
Yeah, time flies, man.
Do you have any suggested listening?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know.
Sorry, I caught you unawares. The surprise. Shut.
Are we going to go with anything in particular or any sort of...
Whatever you want. Just whatever you want. No one even has to listen to it. They don't even have to listen to this.
Yeah. Thank you if you did, though. Okay, my suggested listening is Kill It by Vukovi.
Oh, nice.
Let's go back to one of your old suggestions. I mean, well, you suggested the band. You didn't suggest this track.
That was one of the more modern ones, the more synthy, high production ones. Nice. Okay.
Listen to that, or I suggest you listen to that. What about you?
Mine's a bit dark though.
Oh God, okay.
But I've really been enjoying Architects again recently.
Okay.
You know about them? What happened with them?
Are they the ones that crashed their tour bus?
No, that was the Ghost Inside. Architects guitarist had cancer.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't tell anyone, and then it was just suddenly like they released this album, but their guitarist also wrote the lyrics for the band as well.
Right.
But yeah, they released this album. Yeah, generally really good reception. And then like for 3-4 months ish later, like the guitarist suddenly like dies, and then they put the announcement out and like actually he had cancer for ages, and this is the second time he's had cancer, but this time they didn't bother announcing it to anyone. They decided to keep it to themselves totally because they didn't want they weren't even trying to get like the extra publicity and shit from it.
Of course.
But then when you go back to that album that was released 4 months earlier and know that he wrote the lyrics, and yeah, you realize this is someone who's like there's a lot of hints in there that yeah, it's someone who's like preparing to die.
Is that Holy Hell?
No. It's it was the one before. All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us was the album.
Okay.
A lot of them have this kind of theme, but yeah, there's one particular song, Memento Mori, which is Latin for be mindful of death.
Right.
Yeah, I suggest watching like a lyric video or something of that, and just this is someone who definitely knew they were about to die. It's got like other messages and stuff in there. I mean, a lot of it is about how, you know, life is full of change and there's nothing you can really do about that. So you might as well go with it. Nothing stays the same as much as we want it to. As humans, we all want everything to stay the same forever. Everything just keeps on changing.
It's a fear of change, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel bad now. I brought the tone down at the end of the episode.
It's okay.
Let's go back to Vukovi. A much more partying song. But that's my suggested listening. Just I've been getting back into the music anyway.
Awesome. Well, I will also suggest that you all listen to fucking Dean Friedman, listen to Saul, listen to
Definitely.
Rox Remora.
Yep.
Listen to everyone that we fucking had as a guest on this
Tom
show.
Thomas.
Everyone that we fucking spoke about. Tom Thomas, yeah.
Rob
Pink
Roberts.
Salmon. Rob Roberts.
Luke Lucas.
Yeah, okay. Lucas, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm sad we were going to have Gina.
Oh my God, we were going to have Gina.
I think people need to check out Gina. That can be a third optional suggested list.
This isn't optional. This is non-optional listening.
Oh, this is non-optional.
Gina Cotillo.
You have
This
to.
is non-optional.
Go check her out.
Yeah.
She was going to be on the show.
We had her lined up. We didn't have a date set, but I've been in contact with her and we were going to have her on the show. She's fucking
Her
toured
people
with-
spoke to our people.
No, it wasn't her people. It was her.
Oh, shit. Direct.
I was speaking
You had
to
direct
her,
Gina
yeah.
contact.
I had direct Gina contact, yeah. You know, she's toured with Prince. She's played with all kinds of fucking people. Her music is weird. She seems batshit crazy and we
She
fucking
does.
love her.
Watch the YouTube videos, I think.
Yes, that was going to be such a good episode, but now it will never happen.
Maybe we'll. You're going to have to do like the reboot.
Reboot, okay,
Reboot.
yeah.
When we
reboot.
did a fix it and post reboot.
Sure, we'll get Gina on then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, I think is that the end?
I think that's the end, yeah. Maybe one day we'll do something else.
We might.
We might
Go to Eastbourne.
We may.
We never did a live show together.
We didn't. We never sat in a room together and recorded.
No, we always did this over the interwebs.
Well, for the reboot, we'll sit in a room with Gina. We'll fly her over.
Yeah, let's fly Gina over, and we'll go to Dean's show.
Shit, yeah, I should email him about that. Actually, are you down for that?
Yeah, I need to have another look at dates and when I'm off and the shit.
Sure. Well, if you can make it to my place, he's playing fairly close to me.
Yeah, we need to look into that.
We do, yeah. And on that note, that is the end of Fix It in Post. We'll put the links to some of the tracks that we've spoken about today in the description. If you've got anything that you want to say to us, let us know. Get in touch. If you've got anything you want us to talk about, get fucked. Shit. That's it. Dan, do you want to say anything?
I think everything's been said. I will miss doing the podcast. It's been fun chatting shit.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Yeah, that is appreciated.
Yeah. Honestly, all of you that do fucking listen, like, we notice you and we genuinely appreciate you listening to our episodes. We can see our fucking subscribers going up over time, and every time we get one new subscriber, we're like, holy fucking shit, we got another one.
I know. Even if there was just one person, I'd feel bad, like stopping.
Yeah, that we do have listeners, and we do appreciate you all, and we love you all.
We have to make this decision for us. It's what's best. It's not you, it's us.
It's a fucked up world of podcasting that you don't realize is so fucked up until you do it. Well, until you do it seriously anyway. Like, you know, you've got the sort of casuals out there who barely edit their show, they record it and put it up. But if you want to do it properly, it's fucking brutal. The amount of time that goes into it.
All that editing I was doing was just getting too much.
Yeah, it was all on Dan's shoulders. I did nothing.
Yeah. People can tell by listening to the rest of this episode that, yeah, I was doing too much.
Working too hard, put your feet up.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Goodbye, I guess.
Good night. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good night. That's it.